The Vikings are the closest team threatening the Packers.
And that means that there's no threat at all. Okay.
You say that, but they'll come into MetLife and spank your Giants.
You see, why are we doing this?
Because you do that every chance you get. Is it not the truth? Is it not the truth?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at me.
Bench mob. They're speaking the facts that you want to hear. They're rapping jersey, the vision is clear. Diamonds glisten like a chandelier. You know what I'm here for, like Marshawn Lynch. In clutch time, we do not flinch. Real brothers, we do not switch. Hit home runs with the right pitch. Who run the city? What to do when they hating on you? I feel like Kobe 2010. Taking an L, all I need is a win. Business is business, you know how they go. They glare the seats, now it's time to grow. Tune in now, gotta be in the know. Showtime, bitch, my about to blow.
I ain't seen from now. But she was really trying to tell you.
Bench Mob Podcast. What's up, bro?
Yeah, welcome back to another episode of Bench Mob ENT Podcast, baby. We here, full squad. We zooming it up tonight. We got CJ Moneybags. My fault. Mixed it up. We switched up the name. He's no longer Moneybags. That's my bad. We talking about Cincinnati's very own in the building.
Yeah.
CBO.
You can't call me Moneybags anymore now that we know what Greg's bringing in salary wise. So
he sounds like a Republican Drake.
Yo, I can never have my intro in peace. We might as well stop doing intros, bro, because I can't even get my hello in. You know, it's a beautiful week. I can't say nothing because Greg
sounds like an NRA donor.
Let's go to G Baby since he wants to have the floor, as always.
He said you sound like an NRA owner. Chill.
Oh my God. This man always got to bring politics into something. No one can have a different opinion on this show.
Ohio, just what's it called? They were in the news because they just made open carry legal. So Cincinnati's very own.
Oh, hey. my Bengals thriving right now. I'm gonna be that way until it's said otherwise.
Deflecting.
To hell with gun control. All those Cincinnati Bengals are good.
That's not what I'm saying. Yo, come on, Greg. Don't do this. Don't do this to me right now. He trying to make me go viral on some saying some nut shit.
Greg,
I'm not doing it.
Greg, Mr. Hot Takes. Beat your mother since me. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm a rare form.
Miles, smooth operator Davenport. How you living?
Dre, I'm doing good.
I'm glad you're good. You're 10 minutes late.
10 minutes late.
Dropping.
We were supposed to start at 7:30. I know you weren't going to make it for that, so I had to wait.
I threw a time out there. I said 7:40. I thought I was going to show up at 7:40.
I thought it was 7:45. Just because you said 7:40, I thought, you know what? Let me give him 5 minutes because I know he's captain. He's lying about it.
Real quick, is the series over tonight? Are we done? Golden State has another championship, or are we going back to Game 7, back to San Fran?
It's over. It's over tonight. Like I said, Warriors in 6.
Amen.
Did he actually say that in the beginning?
He did.
Sure.
I thought you picked the Celtics last week or something.
I picked the Celtics.
I thought you said the Celtics might win the whole thing. I thought I heard you say that, but all right, that's fine.
Yo, you know what's funny though?
You want Celtics to win on Juneteenth. I know that's what
right.
That's the last thing I want. I think anybody
that would be crazy.
No, that would not be amusing at all. It'd be a very sad day in American history. It really would.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Tatum hits the podium with his MVP trophy with a dashiki. That'd be crazy.
Kevin McHale being happy as hell.
Now you know darn well it wouldn't be Tatum that pulled up with the dashiki. It would be Jaylen Brown.
True.
Very true.
Yeah. Tatum ain't getting that MVP trophy anyway. If we going to Jaylen Brown, unless he drops 50 these next 2 games, he pulls a Giannis. He ain't getting that anyway. if you saying Golden State in 6, right? I say it's going back. Boston in 7. I'm still sticking by that. Golden State, right? Let's say they win, they lose. Do y'all view this as a dynasty? Is what the Warriors done in the last, what has it been, an 8-9 year run?
7 years.
7 years.
Since 2015. How can you not call it a dynasty? Right? I mean, I'm sure people have different ideas of what a dynasty is, but 4 appearances since 2015. What was it? 3 titles won, 2015, 2017, and then went back to back, 2018. And they're potentially about to get another one tonight to make it 4 and give Curry his 4th ring. Like, how are they not considered a dynasty? You know, when you win potentially tonight 4 titles in the last 7 years, what would you call that? Just a really good team?
Yeah, they have to be a dynasty because they're winning. It's not like, for example, switch sports. It's not like the Bills who went to the Super Bowl multiple times, but they didn't win. So then it really didn't matter. Now you want to consider that a dynasty. You have to win. So
right.
I think it's a dynasty. They have their hiccups here and there, but I think the thing that's crazy about their dynasty is just like the longevity of it. They lose and they were what, 2 years, and they right back in the mix.
Yeah, they also, they lost to Bron and got KD, and they begged for KD to come, and they pleaded. They're like, hey, we need you to take care of LeBron because he's owning us. So please help us, please. Pleading for him. That's why I'm not telling a weird version of the story. I'm telling you exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. But I'm not, and that's not an asterisk on this thing. They're a dynasty no matter what. But that organization is really well run, and they've been attractive to people, and they've gotten themselves in a position where the guys want to come play there like the KD. So yeah, they're a dynasty for sure. They're a dynasty for sure. I hope that we can steer this conversation into a Steph thing when they do eventually win the finals. I do want to talk about Steph, and I always like talking about Steph and where he's at. I like talking
legacy. From a legacy standpoint, you're saying?
From a legacy standpoint, yes, sir. He's gonna be top 10 all time. He's top 10. He's gonna be top 10.
Yeah, he's gonna be top 10 all time.
If he's not already.
Well, we already had a discussion. He's not top 10 right now, all time.
Yeah, we talked about that. I don't know. People agree. Shaq doesn't agree.
I think you talk about it. We got to see what happened because you guys are talking as if it's already won. So let's.
I think they're gonna win the finals, but sorry. I said Warriors in 7 though. I gave Boston that respect. I said Boston could beat them.
We'll reconvene on this conversation once the finals is definitely done. After Juneteenth, next episode, we'll definitely.
I'm a little worried that you want the Celtics to win this thing.
He does.
On Juneteenth. That worries me.
We're Dr. Umar.
We're gonna put this. The title of this episode is gonna be Antonio for the culture or not.
I think this will be huge for the culture, though. It'll have to bring us together.
Oh hell no!
As you just mentioned, you got Brian Scalabrine, you got all of them going to have to really embrace Juneteenth. They went on Juneteenth. Jaylen Brown is conscious, so he's going to make sure we don't forget our ancestors during the time of the finals. So once they win, as Miles already alluded to, they'll probably have dashikis on. They'll make sure.
Udoka and a dashiki.
Yeah, you already
know. With the leprechaun in the corner.
Hey, yeah, right. Ime is a corporate man now. Ime Udoka's a corporate man. So that I don't think we're gonna see no dashikis. We're gonna see tiki torches. We're gonna see a bunch of white hoods in the crowd. We're gonna see arson being committed in the streets. I'm sure they'll be eating various types of fecal matter because white people like to do that when they win championships.
This ain't Philadelphia.
I don't think Boston's a far cry. I think Boston's even worse. So I think that you'll see a lot of that. Like it's going to be a nightmare should they win the finals. But I just can't wait for them to lose. I can't deal. And you know who I'm really happy to? I'm excited to see Barstool Sports be upset. The guys who run Barstool Sports. I hate Barstool Sports as a passion. I can't stand it. I can't stand Barstool Sports.
I agree with you on that.
Cannot wait. Who's the guy who owns it? What's his name? What's that guy's name? Did anyone know his name?
Portnoy.
That guy. Oh, I can't wait for him to be upset. I can't stand those guys. They're the worst. Needless to say, I'll never get a job with them, but I would never take one anyways.
Now, we talking about the dynasty with them. Miles alluded to this and the chat and conversations. How much longer do you think they could continue this with the cap situation? Right now, as of speaking, by next year, they're talking about something around the range of the payroll would be like $500 million.
Damn.
That's a lot of money.
Keeping everybody there is going to be something like close to $500 million.
Oh, but they're
some feathers. That's it. Somebody's gonna have to go. They can't pay all these guys.
You're saying the cap won't be that high though. It's just going to be the number that they'd have to pay to keep those guys.
The number they'll have to pay with, and the luxury tax. That's if they want to keep everybody.
There's no way.
They moving Klay?
I mean, are you moving Jordan Poole?
Who do you move?
I don't think you're moving Poole.
Yeah, he's the future.
Oh, they move one of them. Sick and tired of the Warriors. I hope they trade Andrew Wiggins.
Which would be dumb because, I mean, he's starting to come into his own here. But then again, you also drafted Kuminga and a couple other guys that you hope to develop into some solid role players on this team. So
I give Andrew Wiggins his flowers. I was the biggest Andrew Wiggins doubter in the world, and I talk the most trash about him.
Yeah.
And I have, but he's been playing great. And I'm going to say all this and before I say something negative. But the negative thing I'm thinking to myself is that if he wasn't playing a guy like Jason Tatum, who was so reliant on a jump shot to get a bucket and taking these terrible shots, that maybe this thing would be a little bit different. So, like if they were playing LeBron or something like that in the conference finals, they hit the rank to a guy like that, it'd be a bit different. But he's done a great job, and with the situation he's in. So there's credit to him. Did he deserve to be an all-star starter? No, I think we can all agree to that. But he's done a hell of a job in the series.
I think the other thing too, we can give him his flowers and still be on the same page of knowing that he was a number one overall pick and has not played up to the number one overall pick status. Granted, we've had this discussion. Part of it is the organization he was drafted to, but to hear some of the people saying like, oh, he's beyond improved, he's excelling in his role. He has not excelled or brought his game to another level. I'm pretty sure in the most respectful way, if you at some point pull Andrew Wiggins out and you put a Jonathan Kuminga in the next 2 or 3 years, he could be able to have the same type of effect that Andrew Wiggins has, just off the strength of you have a Steph, a Klay, a Draymond, a Coach Kerr, a system that they have not changed.
No, I agree. That's a fact. I agree. You're not asking him to create offense. You're asking him to play within the system, take what's there, and stop the other team's best player. And in this case, it's a good matchup because Tatum isn't going to punish you. Tatum's not going to put his back to the basket and put that weight on you and get to the basket that way and put pressure on the rim. He's going to take a bunch of hard jump shots. So you do it because he wants to be Kobe and all. You think he fancies himself to be Kobe, and he's having he's talking to Kobe's ghost in his free time. So because of that, right, like that's where we're at, taking these tough shots. And so I get that. Look, I'm not trying to qualify Wiggins' performance. He's done a great job. I don't want to call him as the guy who's hating on Wiggins at his highest moment, but there's a lot of flaws with Jason Tatum, which I couldn't wait to talk about because they would reveal themselves. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I couldn't wait to talk about that.
Hey, please do. With the perfect transition. You are really in rare form tonight. Perfect transition. Please tell our Bench Mob ENT listeners what your specific issue was with, as you just put it, Jason Tatum texting Kobe's ghost and posting it.
It was posting it. That was lame. It was corny. It was forced. You didn't have to do that. Like, you didn't have to post it online for everybody to see you texting Kobe. Like, what's the point of that? Like, you wanted everyone to see that so badly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous to me. Beyond the fact that, yeah, he'd been playing great up until that point, but when you do that, it puts pressure on you. You put pressure on yourself, and it's subconscious. I think, don't be surprised if it has something to do this his poor performance to this point has anything to do with the fact that he sent that message out and everyone is talking about it, because he got a lot of flack on Twitter, a lot of flack on Instagram and all these social media websites because he did that. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a necessary thing to do, you know, and a lot of what social media is unnecessary. It's unnecessary in theory. Like it's everything people do is extra, right? Like you posting what food you about to eat in the morning. No one really cares. Like it's a lot of that stuff. It's just really extra to begin with. But like when you do something like that and it's more sensitive, like, you know, Kobe's died, and obviously I think Jason Tatum has the most respect in the world for Kobe, and I'm not questioning the validity of their relationship. What I'm saying is you wanted everyone to see that you had something special with Kobe, like that. You wanted everyone to see that, like to push whatever narrative you want to push. And if from where I'm sitting at, it clearly looks like he wanted us to think that, you know, he's the next Kobe. He's the second coming. He's the guy who's going to take the torch. He's the guy who Kobe, you know, tapped and said, yo, you're going to be me when this all said and over. You're going to be like, it's just corny. It's just really forced. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm not saying that people aren't guilty of this in different ways. I think everyone's guilty who's been on social media of kind of falling into that trap where you want the applause that comes along with the attention you get on having that platform. But, you know, texting Kobe after he's gone is one thing. Sending it to the outlet so everyone can see it, or posting it, I should say, posting it so everyone can see it, knowing it's going to get aggregated and sent out there is just forced, and it puts a lot of pressure on you. You're in your first NBA finals too. Like, it's not like you don't need the distraction. You don't need the social media attention. You don't need people talking about you. You need to lock in on what you got to do. It's your first one. There's a lack of humility. There's a little bit of a lack of humility there, and not really getting how much of a media circus this thing can be. LeBron used to go 0 dark 30 for a reason. That was a thing for a reason. He used to turn off all social media for a reason. Like this idea that somehow he was going to overcome that storm that came with it. I had a really bad feeling about him playing well when I saw that. That's just me. Beyond the fact that, again, it's corny and weird, and it's just really weird. It's a weird thing to do, in my opinion.
Before, Chris, you tell me how you felt about it and what was your viewpoints on it. I just feel a little attacked because I post what I eat in the morning.
I don't be seeing you post what you eat in the morning. I don't even be seeing it
on occasion, but you know, I gotta keep. That's what I'm saying. I gotta keep in my mind. Like I hear your voice when I post. Like, is this too much? Is this?
Don't be on Instagram posting his burnt toast with his little energy.
Yeah, I cook though. I cook.
Nah, man. Yeah, Greg hit the nail on the head, right? He pretty much said everything that needed to be said on this topic. From where I sit, in my opinion, there's just something about it that rubs you the wrong way, right? We understood the relationship that Kobe had with guys like Devin Booker and Jason Tatum, but to post it knowing that it's gonna blow up, right? Knowing that all these news outlets and sports media outlets are gonna pick it up and share it, and that's going to be a focus in the morning on Sports Center and on First Take and places like that. When you're in your first NBA Finals is a little weird. You know, that's kind of where your head is at, right? Are you trying to make yourself more famous by doing that, right? People already know who you are, but at the end of the day, too, like that relationship has to be sacred. That's between you and Kobe, a legend, a man that's gone, and for you to kind of post that, I kind of feel like it's disrespectful to Kobe in a way. And that's just like the reason I feel that way is because he's posting it knowing that it's going to blow up and knowing that it's going to get publicity over that fact. He's not posting it because it's genuine. He's not posting it because he misses Kobe. He's posting it because he wants people to know about the special bond that him and Kobe had. And like Greg said, that like Kobe's essentially passing the torch to him. And Greg said it perfectly in the text the other day, is weird behavior.
I rather, because I didn't have too much of a problem with him posting it. I agree with what y'all saying. And of course, only he knows his heart and his true motives behind it. My issue with it though, I would have rather he posted that after the finals.
Fact.
If Boston wins, then you post that. That's when, and I think that if your motive or goal was to show that I'm the next Kobe, to show, hey, look at me, I'm that guy, I'm him university. Post it, go win. If you really want to do it like Kobe was about business. Get the chip, then post it like, yo, hey, Tatum, you know, what attribute, you know, what helps you throughout this? Yo, I was texting Kobe before. I'm gonna I got the message. I'll show you. I texted him before. I told him, yo, I'm gonna win this ring for you. Then that's even crazier.
Or even if you lose, right? Even if you lose, going back to like Jimmy Butler playing in 2020 against the Lakers in the finals, where he left it all out on the floor, right? If Jaden Tatum played like that and he still came up short and he lost and he wants to post that after, that's still fine because it's showing humility. It's showing like, hey, this is what I sent to Kobe. I fell short of it, but like, he's my motivation. That's where it's coming from, a good place. Like, people understand that, but posting it before you do anything and then you come out and have some subpar performances is weird.
He's been struggling. Miles, speak to Tatum's struggle so far. Do you think possibly this could be a little bit fatigue? Ain't been in the finals long. He's been playing 40, 42 minutes, dang near every series leading up to this. Or is this, like we're all alluding to, probably a little humbling experience for him?
I mean, I also think he could be hurt right now. Like the shoulder, he's been, working it out during games, this whole series, and then parts of the Miami series. So I think that could be a part of the struggles. I mean, it's not easy to make it this far. And, when you're hurt, you just got to play through it and can't really use that as an excuse, because it's like, if you say it after the fact, then it's like, oh, okay, all right. Well, if you won, would you tell us that you were banged up and all this stuff? Maybe, maybe not. But I don't know. I think, like you guys said, I don't know if he should have posted it when he did. Like, it was right after the conference finals. Like, you're supposed to make it this far. Like, this team is really good. But for him to use that time to sort of bring Kobe and what he's accomplished at this level into the conversation when, it's supposed to be your moment. You had a good game in Game 7. But now the combo is like, oh, Lil Bro, Jason Tatum and Kobe Bryant, like, that's not what it should have been. So I don't know. I didn't like it, and it looks even worse now because he's struggling in the finals. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I mean, I think he'll make a couple more appearances here. Hopefully, like LeBron, when he made his first appearance, when he struggled, he can bounce back moving forward. I'm not comparing the two.
I was gonna say,
I'm not comparing the two, but like,
Damn, Greg was about to get him.
he was.
I was waiting for
Greg was ready to bounce.
I was waiting for him to make that comparison. I was waiting for him to say LeBron. I was waiting.
Dang,
I
chill
had
out.
to say LeBron.
Oh, relax. Take a deep breath.
On the flip side, another player that's been struggling so far in the finals has been Jordan Poole, but we all have acknowledged he is the future in Golden State. Looking back on that 2019 draft, which teams do y'all think probably regret this the most by not drafting? Because Jordan Poole was drafted 28th in the first round. So you have teams like Chicago passed up on him, Atlanta, Minnesota, which we've established as a terrible organization, Detroit, even Boston passed on him, Orlando. What's some of the teams that stick out to you most that missed on Jordan Poole?
Jordan Poole's a product of his environment, though. At the same time, he went to the right place for this type of stuff to happen, for him to have the time he needed to blossom into this player. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen anywhere else, because I mean, now obviously it's easy to do this revisionist history thing where we ask who missed out on him. All of them did. I mean, Miles went for the Knicks. They haven't had a good guard in like 15 years. Like, they could have used him. Like, it's a bunch of teams like that, though. It's not just him. Detroit could have used him. The Magic could have used him. Okay, there's a lot of teams that could have used Jordan Poole. Let's just
that's a double shade, because they drafted RJ Barrett that year.
That doesn't change the point. Yeah, to my point.
Good point.
That's to my point. What do you mean? Yeah, like, I think Knicks fans would rather have Jordan Poole than RJ Barrett. And I didn't bring up RJ Barrett. I think Knicks fans would rather have Jordan Poole than RJ Barrett. I think, like, why would you not? Like, what do you mean? but I don't know. Miles, while you're frowning, I just think a lot of teams missed out on him. But I think Jordan Poole went to the right place at the right time, and it worked out for him. Like he's in the right situation, getting to learn from Steph Curry, and he's definitely taking a lot out of Steph Curry's game. A lot of the things he does, the step backs, the way he plays, the swag he plays with, a lot of that is from Steph, and a lot of that's from watching that guy up close all those years. So, or these last 2 years anyway. So I think that it's been really beneficial for him to be in that system and that ecosystem with a great organization with Kenny Atkins in there, one of the best player development coaches in the NBA, one of the best coaches in the NBA, in my opinion, period. So it's worked out for him, but all those teams are credit. All of them do. Every single one of them. And some teams more than others, like I said.
Hey, Miles, real quick though, because you brought it up and I didn't get your direct answer. So for the Warriors with their cap situation, who are you, if you're the GM, who are you getting rid of?
It'd be between Klay and Draymond. One of those two got to go. So I think you can make this thing work long term. Like, you can find someone to replace Draymond, I think, with someone with a little less, not even baggage, just, he brings a lot of intensity. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So you wonder if you find a player who brings that good intensity, maybe you don't have these issues that you've run into. They could be, this could be number 5 they're playing for, but instead this is number 4 that they're probably going to win. So I think Draymond, he also doesn't really bring that much offensively. So you can kind of take him out of a game. So it's not like he's a big time threat. He was never a big time threat, but even now more than ever, he's like super pass centric right now. Like he doesn't even look to shoot it. Even when he shoots it, it looks like he wants to pass it. So, you know what? I would say Draymond would be the one who would have to, kick rocks.
I agree. Draymond, get the packing. You and your podcast got to go. Like, if I'm still picking Boston, but if I'm Golden State, let's get this ring. We appreciate everything you've done for us. We'll retire your number 5 years from now. Go enjoy elsewhere. Send them to Detroit. Send them back to Michigan or something. I don't care. Draymond got to go. Offensively, it's a problem. Yeah. It's a huge problem on offensive side. Transition.
I would not get rid of Draymond if I were. I couldn't agree less.
Because I know.
Yeah, because you think he's the reason Steph is so good.
I think he's a big reason why Steph is really good. I think him and Steph have a real synergy and chemistry that you can't teach anywhere else. You can't teach that. The way that they get along, the way that you
can't teach the dribble handoff.
Yo, the dribble handoffs are an art. Dribble handoffs are an art. Like he knows exactly how to get that guy open. He gets a lot of Steph's points are assisted by Draymond. That's a lot, a big percentage. You can stand to lose Klay. Klay's not the same guy. He's not the same player anymore. All right, like it's not.
Either is Draymond. Draymond isn't the same player either.
Draymond's never been an offensive guy. I never at one point in my life went, oh my God, Draymond's killing us today. Like, yeah, he's had maybe a couple good final games, but no one says that. Draymond is there to get Steph open and to play great defense, which he still does, by the way. To play great defense, and he hasn't aged out of that yet. So I wouldn't get rid of him at all. There's a lot of teams that will take him and his podcast. He can go do that podcast anywhere else in the NBA. You don't want to take him in the podcast now with Golden State. So I guys, I couldn't agree less. But because Klay's not, he's not him. He's not that guy anymore. And maybe he'll get back to that. But right now, I don't see it. And those 2 gruesome injuries he went through, I don't know how he can be so sure that he will get back to being that guy.
Right, but I don't understand either why people are expecting him to be that guy after those 2 gruesome injuries, right? You got to give him time. Like, you don't just turn that switch on. He's a year removed. Like,
that's fair.
He probably shouldn't even be playing right now.
That's fair. Although he took 2 years.
I agree with Chris. I'm not saying that Klay will get back to the elite level of Klay, but I think we'll see a different Klay next year. Now we're talking about 2 years removed.
Full off season of his normal work. Like, you got to give him time to get back into his routine. He's just doing what he can right now to stay above water.
Hey, Greg, right? I agree with you this, right? Let's say they keep him. But I tell you this much: Draymond and Klay, we're gonna have a discussion in the offseason. Y'all not getting top-notch minutes. Like if we keeping y'all not getting 35.
Who are you playing over? I think you can live without Klay's minutes more than you can live without Draymond's minutes, in my opinion. Draymond's more important than what they do.
I think this is what I would do, right? This is what I would do. You're completely right. Draymond's minutes are more important at this point than Klay's. But I'll low manage Draymond.
Low manage him. We're getting into theory and all that stuff. I get what do you
I'm saying
mean
with Draymond, Draymond at this point in his career is becoming more like Jimmy Butler. You want to see Draymond in the playoffs. That's when his value really is extenuated. Playoff time.
I see what you mean. I think a lot of Steph's success, regular season, postseason, is so dependent on Draymond that I just can't. And I'm serious. And it's not a knock on Steph. It's just the way they play. And it's the role. It's the role Draymond plays. Draymond is the trigger man for their offense. He starts everything. They run a lot of action through him. So if he's not on the floor and you're gonna play Kuminga in his place, the offense is gonna look a lot different. And there's video to back up what I'm saying. Like, they don't look the same without Draymond. He matters to what they do a lot. He's the heart and soul of that team. So I think he's an invaluable piece of what they do. I think Steve Kerr knows that. You know how I know? Because he talks crazy to Steve Kerr, and that guy is still there. And Bob Myers and them are still signing Draymond's checks, no matter what Draymond says. So I think they understand exactly how important he is, and it's very unlikely he's gone. You're more likely to see Wiggins or a guy like Klay maybe, be in the conversation about what they're going to do. You might hear some Klay rumors. I wouldn't be surprised. You might hear some Wiggins rumors. That definitely wouldn't surprise me. And Poole too. Poole's not totally safe. He's played very well this year, but he might be an expendable piece for them. You never know what they're going to do with that organization and where they're at, their cap situation. But a guy like Draymond's hard to get rid of. It's hard to lose that guy. We'll see. But I respect y'all opinions though. That's interesting.
We shall see. Just like we shall see. Beyonce has an album coming out that everybody announced. It's been going trending and everybody's talking about it. So one of the things we'll be doing on our show going forward, whether it's music, whether it's movies, whether it's food, talking about peanut butter and jelly, whatever we decide, 2 or 3 topics, we will decide overrated, underrated, rated correctly. Beyonce, Beehive knows. In her entirety, her whole artistry, the performing, the singing, the catalog, the looks, whatever you want to put in it in its entirety, is Beyonce overrated, underrated, or rated just right?
Rated just right. Yo, like where is this Beyonce slander coming from? And Greg, hold up. You gonna get your minute, boy. You gonna get your second.
Nah, I'm not gonna say anything. You can go ahead. I don't even want to speak on this. I'm not speaking on this.
I said I don't even want to speak on this. See, that's the slander I'm talking about. There's no
slander at all.
Can't even give Queen Bee her respect. We're talking about a girl that's a woman. What?
You don't misrepresent what I said. I said I'm not going to speak on it. I didn't say anything about her being bad, nothing like that.
But why won't
understand black women and Beyonce?
She don't deserve your time. She don't deserve your time.
That's not what I'm saying. Don't make this that, because we can talk about you. Since you're such a big Beyonce lover, you can name me 5 songs right now since you love Beyonce so much.
Who can't name you 5 songs right now? Who can't name you 5 songs right now? Baby Boy, Irreplaceable, Single Ladies, Countdown, Dance for You, Halo, Run the World. Stop playing with me, Greg.
You know what he did? I said I was going to test this fandom in the group chat before this. He went
Come on, stop
it. Discography.
Stop it. I went to a Beyonce concert. Here's a funny story about that too.
Right? He's a single lady.
Stupid.
That's all them saucy jokes.
One of my sister's friends, when she was for her Sweet 16, one of my sister's friends invited like a few of their classmates to a Beyonce. Was it a Beyonce concert? Or no, that was a Jay-Z concert. But my sister went with a friend to a Beyonce concert, had tickets, whatever. My parents were going to the casino for dinner. Me, my parents, and just us, right? Because my sister was at the concert. my parents, some random couple walks up to my parents and hands them 2 free tickets to the concert. They're like, "Oh, we can't make it. You know, would you guys want to go?" Of course, my parents are like, "Hell yeah, I'm going." They're going, blah, blah, blah. So my mom ended up having to buy me a ticket because I was too young at the time to just like, you know,
Chill.
walk around the casino by myself. So my mom bought me a ticket. I sat up in the nosebleeds. They're on like the floor level. I'm up in the nosebleeds with like some random women next to me. But yo, when I tell you that was one of the best concerts I've ever seen, because when we talk about Beyonce, Tone, you mentioned Jasmine Sullivan earlier, right? Lauryn Hill. Those are great singers. And I'm not taking nothing away from them. But no one's performing like Beyonce like that. No one has the choreography, dance routines down like that. No one's interacting with the fans like that. The way she was communicating with the fans, man, she brought this dude, I'll never forget his name, Joe Wilson. She brought Joe Wilson up on stage, some random dude, but like the way she made it a thing and like had him speaking to the microphone and like sang to him and just how she was interacting with the crowd as a performer, she knows how to perform. She knows how to be at the top of her game. And like you said, she has that MJ work ethic. Beyonce legendary. This album is going to be dope. People think like, oh, she hasn't made an album since Lemonade in 2016, but at the same time, she left on her own terms. She wasn't forced out because her music was trash, like most of these artists when they get to that point in their career. You know, they let the fans dictate when they leave the game. She left on her own terms.
I say she's rated just right. I'm gonna just speak on this aspect, and the only thing my critique, and it's not even a critique, we're just pulling hairs here. If I want somebody to sing at my birthday, she's not at the top of my list. That's all I'm saying. On the performance side, ain't nobody messing with her. That's MJ, that's Kobe, that whoever you want to mention. The level of dedication and the hard work she put in, especially watching that documentary and her not eating for like some crazy junk, like 7 days straight just to get down weight to have a certain size. Just so, she's really like that. I mean, you brought in the conversation. She's definitely in the conversation. We talking about performers with MJ, Chris Brown. She's up there with the top people.
If you're not, if there's a 3-point shooting contest, right, and you're not picking MJ, you picking a better 3-point shooter, right? But if you want the total package, if you want everything combined, who you picking? You picking Queen Beehive.
Miles, overrated, underrated, rated just right.
Miles, you better be smart.
I mean, she's rated just right. I don't really listen to her music like that, but from what I know, it's pretty good for some guys out there. They like
Miles, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Cause now you're being disrespectful. He's saying I don't really listen to her music like that. Like he don't know who the hell she is.
No, I do. Not as good as you though. I'm not in the Beehive, so this is not my.
Miles, she ran the game from 2000 to 2015.
Okay, it's not something I like. I don't wake up and be like, yo, throw on Crazy in Love, because that's how I'm feeling right now. That's not me. That's not me. Like I like Beyonce, but
he's throwing so much shade right now.
It's crazy.
More importantly,
let's transition, bro.
More importantly, there's a Drake album dropping at midnight. So that's what we're dropping
at midnight. Chris, did you know this?
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I swear to God, I did not know this.
See,
but I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in.
I asked you the question knowing the answer.
It don't, but that don't matter because I'm still gonna listen to it. I'm still gonna listen. Listen. I ain't on Twitter. I'm not getting all the updates. You over here following, the source, hip hop now, all that. I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna say this about Beyonce. She's a musical genius. And like I adore Black women, I adore Beyonce. Nothing bad to say about it.
Let's leave it at that. That's beautiful.
I don't know if y'all got y'all list, if y'all want to go into this or not. Your personal, you brought up Drake, and I'm sure he'll probably be on everybody's list. Your personal top 5, dead or alive, hip hop artists. Miles, I want you to start because I know you're heavily into the hip hop game.
Let's hear this.
Jack Harlow. It's done. On to the next
Larry
person.
June.
Jack Harlow and Larry June.
Here it is. You better come correct too.
You know what?
Looks
I'm
like
gonna put Beyonce at the top of my list so I could, be in good graces with the Beehive.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna say
number one. Number one, of course, you gotta put Hove. Hove is, he's one of one. This guy's been doing it for like 30 years now, and he still could go bar for bar with anybody you know. So he's number one for me. I got Nas, number two. I think he's starting to, he's in that same conversation with Jay-Z, because even his music right now, because Nas is still dropping music after, like, album after album, and it's still good. Like, him and Hit Boy have a good combo right there. So that's my number two. Number three, I got to put Lil Wayne. I'm putting Lil Wayne because back in high school, middle school, Lil Wayne was the king. Like, he was probably, like he said, the best rapper alive at the time, because his albums, his mixtapes were nobody was competing with it at the time. And that was before, he turned into like baby talking Lil Wayne. So that some of the kids nowadays, they don't know that Lil Wayne. They know, high pitched, yeah. that's the Lil Wayne that he knows. So number four,
the mix down. He said, eh.
That's what I hear nowadays. When I hear Lil Wayne, I'm like, I don't know who this man is. But, I'm talking about prime Lil Wayne. Of course, Drizzy got to be on this list, so I got him at number 4. I mean, he changed the game as far as like rapping and singing goes. And I'm gonna put Jadakiss at the end of my list. I think Kiss is one of the most underrated rappers out. I don't want to be one of those people who just, by default, when people talk about the list, they just include Biggie and Tupac as if they had full careers, which, I mean, it's not their fault that they died young, but you can't really judge them off of the 2 albums that they really put out. All these other guys have, like 8, 9 albums, bodies of work that we can judge them off of. So, I mean, as great as they are, they're not on the top of my list. So,
Chris, your top 5. And remember, this is your personal top 5. I don't care what nobody else
Milli
thinks.
Vanilli, is he on your list?
I got Eminem. Nah, it's like,
I thought he was dead serious.
Nah, I had Nas as well. I had Kendrick. I had Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and for that OG spot, when you had put it in the chat, I made a list in my head of, because you put hip hop. You said hip hop / R&B. So I did a mixture of both. So I'm trying to think of that 5th spot that I'm gonna give. Biggie's one of them. And Miles, you bring up a good point. You can't listen. I think his situation is different, where you can put him in the top 5 just due to every song he put out was a hit. He didn't put out no flakes. You know what I mean? Every song in the bars, you felt his bars because he was speaking from what he was really living in New York City. Man, that 5th spot though. So what did I say? Kendrick, Nas, Jay-Z,
and Weezy.
Lil Wayne. Weezy was a bad man too. Who that 5th spot go to?
You're not putting Drake on that list? I didn't hear you say Drake.
Yeah, that's the obvious right there, Drake. Yeah, but we are we strictly putting Drake in hip hop, or yeah, hip hop? All right, yeah, then Drake. I mean, Drake don't miss either.
Are we putting Drake in hip hop?
Right.
What else will we put him in?
Because I thought we talking about strictly like rapping. Drake got a lot of. Come on, Greg, you acting like Drake don't got a lot of R&B hits.
Yeah, but to your point, his rapping is really good. So If
Fair.
we're judging him off of
That's where
that,
it started. That's
Yeah,
where it
that's where it
started.
That's
started.
fair. That's fair.
Yo, Chris, have you heard So Far Gone before?
I have her so far gone.
So then you know that the bars have been there for years.
You
You ain't new to this.
What you talking about, Greg? I used to listen to So Far Gone on the lawnmower when I was pushing that lawn.
I'm not
Hey,
even.
see, this is Greg's problem, right? I'm gonna break it down for the listeners because this is Greg's problem. If you not as in tune with something as he is, he discredited it. If you don't know a certain subject as well as he does, he discredits your whole opinion. Let's hear your top 5, Greg. You know it's true too. That's why you over there laughing, corny
I
ass.
don't think that's true at all, but okay.
Corny ass.
Miles had to go on mute.
Miles know this firsthand because he be getting crucified by Greg every week.
All right, calm down, Desmond. I don't want to hear none of
You
He be
And
crucifying
let
you
Miles
every
speak on
week.
himself. I don't even know what Miles actually think.
I don't want to hear none of this, Desmond.
He said World War II. Y'all stupid.
Hey, Chris, real quick. So, what was your order on that? You got Kendrick first, Nas first. How was you doing that?
I got Jay-Z first. I
Mhm.
got Drake second. I got Kendrick. I got Wheezy. Oh, no, I'm gonna put Wheezy above Kendrick. So I got Jay-Z,
Drake.
Jay-Z, Drake, Wheezy, Kendrick, Nas.
G baby.
That's a damn good top 5. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, Mr. Blast. Let's hear it. Blast in your top
So
5.
we're gonna go. If you want to go down as who you, Chris, if we
Is
go down
Blast in
your
your top
Apple,
five? Answer the damn
Spotify playlist
question.
right now, and we see who you're listening to.
Answer the
I
question.
love to do that. Let's play that game.
Answer the question. Is Blast in your
different
top
game
5?
for a different day. So now, since Chris is gonna stop interrupting me, we're gonna go. My list is different. I'm gonna go Biggie number 1 because Biggie just hit a different chord for me.
Baby.
Yeah, he just didn't miss for me. I don't care how short the career was. I enjoyed every single song that got. I just enjoy his catalog a lot. So Biggie number 1. 2, we're gonna go Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z is undeniably a top 5 rapper of all time and easily top 3. 3, I'm gonna go with Nas at 3 because you just gotta respect it. Nas rival Jay-Z, like you just gotta respect that level of greatness. 4, this is where it did get dicey for me. I'm not gonna go super old school, people. 4, I enjoy Kendrick a lot. I think Kendrick's one of the most influential artists, period, not just rappers, but artists
Crazy.
of our generation. So I'm giving him that love. And then 5, I'm going Drake. 5, I'm going Drake. I think Drake's top 5 for me. And I know I didn't put Kanye in there. Some people are gonna cringe because Kanye didn't make the cut. And a lot of guys didn't make the cut. But I think Drake for me he's the guy who introduced adding melody to your rap. And I enjoy melody and rap so much. Melody and rap that's my favorite thing. That's what every artist I listen to now. That's where it resonates with me. That's why I'm a fan of Blast, because he does it well. You probably should listen to him sometime, Chris. Instead of listening to the.
I'll listen to Blast, but he nowhere near top 5. Instead of listening to what? Instead of listening to what? Say that again. I didn't hear you.
Cincinnati's very own.
Oh my gosh. Let's talk football, man. Because
Go ahead. Tony give you his 5.
Give his.
oh yeah,
Tony
my
give his
fault,
5.
my fault.
He's trying to get you out of here. He's trying to pack you up, Tony. You see?
I'm trying to pack you up.
It's cool. Top for me, I'm gonna go Jay. Then I'm gonna go J. Cole. Then I'm going Drake, Jadakiss, Wheezy. And I'm gonna just throw one in there as honorable mention just to show love because he's one of my favorite rappers. I won't put him in the top 5. Andy Mineo has a lot of bars and he speaks to me specifically. So I'm gonna show some love. Andy Mineo is definitely, if we did like a top 10 list, Andy Mineo's in my top 10 rappers of all time. And he really can flow bar for bar as a Christian rapper with any rapper out there on everything I love. Everything I love. Now, Chris alluded to football transition. We did predictions. What was that? Like 3-4 episodes ago. We've been so jam-packed with other topics. We're gonna pick it back up. NFC North predictions on record and who wins that division. Starting off with the Minnesota Vikings. What's y'all prediction on their record?
They're gonna be middle of the pack again. I mean, they didn't really do much to improve, I don't think. Like Kirk Cousins is still the starting quarterback. They still got Thielen. They still got Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. But with this team, I think the defense didn't really improve on much, and that was one of their weaknesses last year. So I'm just going to say around the same record. They were 8-9 last year, so I think they're good enough to win 8 or 9 games, but that's about it. I don't really see much to this team.
I totally agree. You know how I feel about Kirk Cousins. He's average old Kirk Cousins. So I think they're going to be middle of the pack team. Maybe if the defense surprises us, because football is a weird sport. Sometimes you keep the same personnel. You come out the next year, you look totally different. Did they fire Mike Zimmer? I don't even know if they fired their head coach.
Yeah, they hired
O'Connor.
Yeah,
The same difference. So yeah, they brought him in. I'm sure they'll have a better offense and it'd be more of that style. But I think that you're looking at a team that's probably gonna be middle of the pack. I think they maybe have more wins and losses, maybe 9 and 8. I think 9 and 8. It's kind of where I think they'll be. And I think they'll be the second or third team in that division, obviously behind the Packers, no matter what. But I think that's kind of what you're looking at for them. Let me not say that. Let's just continue. I think they'll be middle of the pack.
Chris,
you don't think? Look, I think they're gonna go 9. I think they can easily go 9 and 8 or 10 and 7. And I think the reason behind that is I think Kirk is good enough to keep you in the game. Kirk has played games where he's been able to do that. He's not the best. He may not be able to, make all the throws, right? But he has weapons. He has Dalvin Cook. He has Adam Thielen. He has Justin Jefferson. And Dalvin Cook had a damn good year last year. And bringing in Kevin O'Connell, firing Mike Zimmer, who's a defensive head coach, and O'Connell was the former OC for the Rams. And I think he's going to breathe new life into this offense and find ways to, creative ways to get Justin Jefferson as involved as possible and get the best out of him. I mean, we already know Justin Jefferson's a star, but that connection, I think he's going to strengthen between Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins. And I get it. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers have been a dynasty let's not use the word dynasty, have been a really good team and running the AFC North for a long time. But Aaron Rodgers couldn't get it done with Devontae Adams and Marquise Valdes-Scantling. And now both of them are both gone. Valdes-Scantling went to the Chiefs in free agency. Adams, we know, went to the Raiders. And it's not like the Packers did anything to get Aaron Rodgers help in free agency. Yeah, they brought in Christian Watson, who played with Trey Lance at North Dakota State University, but he's going to be a rookie. And do I think Christian Watson has the potential to be like a star in this league? Absolutely. Just from his route running ability, he's good at tracking the deep ball, but he's not going to be able to come in and do that right away. He's going to have flashes where he's going to be like, okay, this can work long term, but he's not going to be the person that comes in and gets the Packers over the hump. Who is Rodgers throwing to that has you guys confident that the Packers are winning the AFC North this year? Because their division's pretty trash. It's the Packers, it's the Vikings, Lions, and Bears. The Bears ain't winning it. The Lions damn sure ain't winning it.
Who has Rodgers had to throw to in the past besides Devontae Adams? So when Devontae Adams is out, he's had to try to make
Valdes-Scantling, Randall Cobb. Who else?
Randall Cobb was good 7 years ago. Who else? Valdes-Scantling, his hands aren't the best in the league.
They had what's that other
light-skinned brother. We're not doing much for him. It's not like he's had what Tom Brady has in Tampa Bay. He has Devontae Adams, who he fed targets to consistently. Because who else am I throwing to? So now, I mean, we're going to see a different Aaron Rodgers. We're going to see him spread it out a little more. We're going to see him, rely on the run game a little more too. So I think this is a strength that they have. They got Aaron Jones. They do have A.J. Dillon on this team. Hold up. Are we talking about the Packers now? We just transitioned to.
He bought the Packers. He's.
Yeah, I guess we're talking
attacking Aaron Rodgers
because y'all sitting here acting like it's the Packers division now that Aaron Rodgers has lost his top 2 targets.
It is.
That's
precisely what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
With
That's
confidence.
Crazy.
Hold on. What makes you think
Aaron Rodgers ain't gone?
Should make us be afraid that he could take this division?
Say it again.
What makes you think that Kirk Cousins breathes fear into the rest of this division?
I'm not saying Kirk Cousins breeds fear into the rest of the division.
And who else? Who does?
I said he's good enough to keep you in the game. That's all I said is he's good enough to keep you in the game.
He's always been that way, though. He's always been good enough to keep.
Yeah, but it's different. It's different now because Aaron Rodgers doesn't have those weapons that we were so afraid of in the past.
Okay, so who in that division is threatening them? Because I'm not scared of Justin Fields. I'm sorry, Justin Fields is gonna be running for the rest of his life. Okay, he's gonna be running for his life.
The Vikings are the closest team threatening the Packers.
Who are?
The Vikings. They're the closest team threatening the Packers.
Then that means that there's no threat at all. Okay,
you say that, but they'll come into MetLife and spank your Giants.
You see, why are we doing this?
Because you do that every chance you get. Is it not the truth? Is it not the truth?
First of all,
is it not the truth?
They don't scare.
Is
anyone.
it not the truth?
The Vikings don't scare anyone. Second
is it not
of all,
the truth? They should scare the Giants. They should scare the hell out of the Giants.
No, there'll be plenty of talk about the Giants.
The secondary with Bradbury last year was horrible after all the hype you talked about him in the offseason. Talking about, he a top 5 DB in the league.
He's no longer on my team. I don't give a damn about Bradbury.
His ass out of there.
Yo, the Packers are the best team in the division. I don't understand all this passion over Kirk Cousins. You got passionate about Kirk Cousins?
Y'all not listening. No one's saying
you up, Chris.
I'm doubting.
Kirk Cousins. His name is Kirk. He's a white guy named Kirk, and he's hyping you up the way he's hyping you up. That makes
no one's hyping Kirk Cousins up. I said he's good enough to keep you in the game. That's the only thing I said about Kirk Cousins. All my other arguments have been against Aaron Rodgers working with a rookie as his number one guy.
That ain't going to work. Instead of the vaccine. Is he mad about the fact Aaron Rodgers vaccine?
You said he had Sammy Watkins. When was the last time Sammy Watkins has been relevant, Miles?
Sammy Watkins was a good player last year. You did good things down in.
That was a good pickup. That's a solid pickup.
You know how good a guy like Aaron Rodgers can make a guy like Sammy Watkins? You know how good a guy like Aaron Rodgers can make Sammy Watkins, yo? For real? You know how good he can look with the guy? With Aaron Rodgers?
I don't need to be worried about that. My number ones are solid. I got multiple number ones on the Bengals.
Uh-oh. Who's talking about the Bengals? What?
I got multiple number ones on the Bengals. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about who Sammy Watkins.
I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Tom, when I saw this on the docket, bro, I didn't want to do this segment. Because of this right here. I did not want to do it.
You know why he want to do it though? Because he any argument he make, he can't make it for his team. Like he normally do. Like he normally controlling the narrative for the Giants.
What are you talking about? The Giants time will come. We'll have a conversation about the Giants. But right now, it's about the Giants.
So how come when Miles says the same about the Jets, you slander him?
Who's talking about the Jets?
Not today.
I didn't even bring up the Jets.
Yo, Greg love playing the victim right now. Like he don't talk. Like you don't talk.
This is bad.
Let me ask you this.
This is bad, Chris, because this is on live. This is live, bro.
This ain't bad. I'm confident. I'm confident in everything I'm saying. That I'm not mad at this at all. Because you saying who's talking about the Jets, who's talking about the Giants. When we talking about the Warriors and you bring in the Knicks into it, who talking about the Knicks? You getting it off, right? You getting it off your chest.
We were talking about what teams regretted missing on Jordan Poole. A team that didn't have a point guard in the last 15 years. Yeah, I'm
not talking about today's episode. I'm talking about episodes in the past. When you randomly bring up the Knicks.
So what's going on? You're striking back here?
I'm striking.
Darth Vader strikes back?
Now's the perfect time to strike because the Giants is crummy. I'm striking. Y'all gonna be looking for a new running back next year too when Saquon's gone. I'm striking.
Anyways, the Packers are gonna win the division. What the
Listen, we gonna save this because the Packers ain't winning the division this year, bro. This is a hot take. I think the Vikings are gonna win the division. I'm leaving it at that.
Hold up. So you think the coach just turns into McVay just overnight? He just he can flip the switch with this team. For the
I
best.
think he's gonna breathe new life into this offense. I didn't think he'd turn into McVay. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying I think the Packers offense is gonna struggle without Devontae Adams. That is what I'm saying. You're rely on the run game. Rely on the run game all you want.
I'll let you down this hill cold and lonely. I'm good with it.
Go ahead.
That's fine. He done talked about the Bengals. He done talked about the Giants.
You know what's crazy? You acting like this is the craziest hot take ever.
We talked about enough football before. He's got us covered on football. Chris has covered it. Chris has covered it.
You act like this is the craziest hot take ever that the Packers ain't going to win the division this year.
I'm not betting against Aaron Rodgers. Why would I do that? For who? For Kirk Cousins and Justin Fields and Jared Goff? You're out of your mind. But that's okay. I don't even know why is this the hill you're gonna die on?
Listen, I'll die on this hill. I'll die on this hill because I listen. I
come out swinging, talking about
Christian Watson's gonna be a rookie and he's gonna have growing pains. Plain and simple.
But I don't think they're like legitimately relying on Christian Watson to be the end all be all for them. Like he's really talented. He's gonna grow. There's gonna be some growing pains this year, but it's gonna be like a group effort. They got guys on this team. Like they got Sammy Watkins. They got the tight end. They got I forget the other guy's name. The tall guy. He looked like you a little bit.
I think you said the tall
Lazard.
Alan
Alan Lazard. They still got him. So there's still guys who have a connection with Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure they still got Cobb or somebody from the Packers past. So I think we need to pump the brakes. Like Aaron Rodgers just won.
He needs to, no, not we. He needs to pump the brakes. Him. He's down on his hill alone. And we can't even affiliate. It's gonna be the bench mob and Chris Johnson on this episode. Put that nigga on the side.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yo, I think the Vikings are 8-9, but I just think they'll be one of the more exciting teams offensively, but that's about it. 8-9, exciting on offense. Hey, we done pretty much covered the whole division. I'll ask for y'all exact predictions.
I actually think that Detroit could be the surprise team. He's talking about the Vikings. I think Detroit's actually probably the second best team in the division.
What's their record?
I love what they've done. I love Detroit more than like the Vikings. That's how I feel about it. That's the funny part about all this.
What's Lions' record this year?
I think they can match the Vikings and be around that 8-9 win total. They're gonna be neck and neck with the Vikings all year. I think they're gonna take a step forward. Amon-Ra St. Brown, all those weapons they have. They got Jameson Williams. They loaded up on offense. They have an offense in place around Goff where I'm not relying on you to make all the big throws. Just get it to our playmakers in space and let them create. And he can do that. He can spread the ball around, be a point guard. That's fine. Like they'll be a serviceably good football team. They'll be enjoyable to watch. I will enjoy watching them play football this year. Not that I'm ever going to watch Detroit because who the hell cares about Detroit? But you will enjoy watching that team play if you ever come across them and they come on your TV for some godforsaken reason. That's what I'm saying. So we talk all this talk about the Vikings and Kirk. All right. Kirk might miss 5 games in safety protocol, the way he bubble wrapping himself up all year, trying to take ivermectin and all this crap. We don't even know what's going to happen. Like, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried. Let's talk about Detroit. I like Detroit. I think Detroit's going to be a nice story. The fans are going to have something to cheer about when it's freezing cold and their steel mills are all frozen.
Hey, Miles, any optimism with them? You think they get 9 wins?
Not 9, but like 8.
Who, the Lions?
Yeah.
8.
I don't know about 9 wins.
Yeah, I think know 9.
It's a slow growth with this team. I still think they need to find the long-term solution at quarterback. Goff is, he's here because they got some first-round picks out of Matthew Stafford, but he's a guy who should be gone by next year. Like, he's not somebody I believe in the future. I think they can win maybe 6-7 games tops. Like, they did get some weapons. Jameson Williams, he'll be coming along. He's not going to be ready for training camp, but he'll be coming along this year. Amon St. Brown, he's another good piece too. And you got DeAndre Swift, who's a really good running back.
He's really good too.
These are pieces you have, but they don't have the whole puzzle yet because this thing is not solved yet at all. I don't think the Vikings have anything solved yet, but they're also a ticking time bomb with this team. Like they have optimism with the new coach, but I think that's just a Band-Aid on this team. Like they got Kirk Cousins and nothing else after that. Do you really believe in Kirk Cousins? If I'm a head coach, do I really want to put my whole basket on Kirk Cousins? I don't think so. But yeah, Lions will be,
6-11.
they'll be average, but the Vikings, they're just who they are. They are who we thought they were. Well, at least the three of us who we thought they were.
Three of us, right? Chris got to take Drake advice and pipe down a little bit.
I know. I gotta make Chris a Cam Newton shirt for last year.
Hey, yo.
Oh yeah, he died on that hill last year. Oh, this is gonna be like the Cam Newton stuff.
I got that clip in the tuck too. I got that. I'm waiting for the right time to post that.
Y'all over here, Miles over here talking about, they got Jameson Williams, but yeah, he not gonna be ready for training camp. You do got their corner from Ohio State coming back next year, but he's coming back off a torn Achilles. That's a gruesome injury. You got Jeff Okudah is his name. Jeff Okudah.
Yeah.
He probably not.
They're gonna light the league on fire.
But you're not saying it. Greg said they're gonna be better than the Vikings. I don't see that.
I didn't say that. I did. That's literally not what I said. I'm just glad it's being recorded.
Tony, that's not what I said.
I said that they are a team that's going to be neck and neck with the Vikings fighting.
We can run. No, you said this 10 minutes ago. We can run the team.
I said they could be better. I said I'd rather talk about the.
No, you said I'm picking the Lions.
Is that wait, Antoine? Is that not what I said? Am I wild? Did I say that Detroit's going to be better?
He's wilding, Tone. Don't play no dumb shit. He's wilding.
What I say?
I think I heard you say that they could be. I thought I heard the could be.
I thought yeah. I'm like, hey, pipe down, bro.
Crazy, yo.
Chris coming out of pocket. This is what happens when teams like Cincinnati get good. People won't start talking crazy. You ain't never been there before. So you don't know how to act.
I just like being on this side of the table. I'm tired.
What side of the table?
I'm tired of Miles being your punching bag.
Is this? Wow. Yeah. This is what you think I do?
Yeah.
It's not what I do.
Well, first of all, every point I made about the Vikings is valid. Every point. Every single point. I'm talking about people that are actually playing. Y'all bringing up rookies that may not even play due to injuries.
Oh, God. This conversation has gone way longer than it should have about the NFC. Why are we still talking about it? Was there another topic on the docket? Because I think the Packers are going to win.
No, there was not another topic. I will get y'all predictions for the Bears and the Packers outside in the chat so I can post it. We don't need to talk about NFC North anymore. Chris got the Vikings. We all got the Packers. That's it. That wraps up the NFC North.
Vikings are going to win the division?
I know. This is going to be crazy.
Oh, my God.
Yo, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Bench Mob ENT. Follow us on all streaming platforms. Like, subscribe, share. We're on YouTube. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Bench Mob, we out. Peace.
Peace. Oh, we
told him